What's up? SweetBolin here, and today we're talking about creating custom thumbnails for YouTube in Sharefactory. Yes, we are. Now, you wouldn't believe it, would you? But you can. You can create custom thumbnails for your YouTube projects in Sharefactory. Obviously, the same tool on PS4 that you use to create your own videos. But you don't need all these newfangled apps on mobile and PC and laptops and desktops and tablets and all sorts of crazy things. You just need your console and Sharefactory, and I'm going to show you how. Walk this way.
Do you understand? Say it!
Now, I've had a few people say to me, oh, they really like my thumbnails and so on, but they didn't really believe me that I was creating them in Sharefactory. Now, as you can see, these are my recent projects, and what I did was I came up with a design that I wanted to stick with, but obviously the text and the colors and the pictures, the screenshots that I use change, and they're all from, you know, games that I've played and screenshots that I've taken. So for instance, Metro Exodus, The Division 2, Farm Together, Uncharted, they're all my screenshots that you can import into your projects, whether it be custom thumbnails and so on. But basically, people think Sharefactory is a video editing tool, and it is. It's a fantastic one compared to the crap that's on Xbox, Upload Studio. What that is supposed to be, I'm not sure, but it's not a video editor, not anymore. But this is. But it's also, Sharefactory is also a screenshot editor, believe it or not, and you can create these custom thumbnails, and I'm going to show you how. Not only show you how, but also what you can do with them afterwards. Anyway, let's get going. Once you've got your design, you can duplicate that design. So for instance, if I wanted to take that beach vacation video and duplicate it, all you've got to do is press your options button and you can duplicate it and so on and rename it afterwards. And then basically you've got the same design being duplicated over and over, but obviously you're keeping your consistent design of your thumbnails, but you're changing obviously the thumbnails to suit the game or whatever it is you're making a video about. So I've already started one recently for this video. Actually, we're going to create a thumbnail for this video. So all I've done so far is taken my God of War thumbnail. As you can see, I added the Sharefactory logo, which we'll play with, and all I've done so far is edit the text at the top, creating cool thumbnails. Don't want to teach you to suck eggs, but if you don't know, you go into edit overlays for your text, and there's all your text on the left hand side. One of the cool things is that whatever your custom gamer pick is on PlayStation 4, in this instance it's our we run a group called the Legit Creators, and we make weekly content just for fun on YouTube. Used to be on Xbox, but not so much anymore because it's a dead dodo on there now. So we concentrate on YouTube. But anyway, that's our logo, the Legit Creators. That's my custom gamer pick on PlayStation 4. Whatever your custom gamer pick is, believe it or not, you can add that to your screenshots and videos as a sticker. So whatever your custom gamer pick is, it's a sticker that's available to you in Sharefactory, whether it's your personal picture, you know, of your face, of your car, of your cat, whatever it is, you can add that as a sticker to anything you create in Sharefactory, which is pretty cool. So as a standard design, as I was saying previously, the logo and the smash glass effect, which I quite like, I'd use on all my thumbnails. And then obviously we've got the text and so on here. So let's get editing. Now, did you know that when you're positioning text, obviously you can use your right joystick on the controller to do that, but when it comes to simply moving things ranged left, centered, or ranged right, it's a simple case of selecting the text, in this case creating cool thumbnails. We'll click not an Xbox controller anymore, is it? It's PlayStation. X on transform, and then basically you can move that around. But if you just press square once, it's range left. Press square a second time, it's now centered. So you can always center your text and range right. So range left, centered. Now you can move your right joystick up and down and keep it centered, or you can use your D-pad, which incrementally moves it up and down. So you can get it basically where you want it to be, and it's a simple case of pressing X and you're done. Press circle again to come out of it. Use your left joystick to come over to the text, and then where it says the amazing, we're going to change that to for YouTube. So it's finding the text on the left hand side, pressing X to confirm, and then pressing square to edit, and then you can edit the text. Believe it or not, you can edit the text on Upload Studio. You can't even add text to anything on Xbox. It's crazy what you can't do on there. How I made videos on there for 3 to 4 years, I will never know. But once I discovered Sharefactory, it was like, yep, fuck that shit, I'm out. Excuse my language, but yeah, anyway. So we'll edit the amazing and we'll change it to for YouTube. Press R2 and you're done. Now what I like is I've got some colours set up. You can create your own colours basically for the text, believe it or not. You've even got text effects, which I don't use. You wouldn't use them on a screenshot, but in videos obviously you can fade in, fade out and so on. So in this instance we'll change the colour. Now look at the ranges. You see with the hue you can slide that left or right, and then that determines what kind of a colour you're going to have. But then you've got saturation, brightness and even opacity, so you can create a custom palette of your own colours. I like this one for the YouTube logo, or for using the word YouTube, because obviously it's a red and black logo. Bang. And that's it really. It's that simple. And then obviously where do we want it? We can move it slightly to the left, slightly to the right, sorry, and we'll try and line it up and get it roughly between the words creating cool thumbnails and God of War, which we're going to change. We'll just get it where we think we like to see it. You know, it's equally positioned basically. Press X, press circle, and then we go back to God of War. So creating cool, and it's deciding what you want to say in your thumbnails. You want them punchy and so on, and don't worry, we're going to change the picture, we're going to change the colours and everything. And if you want to know how to basically, actually let's not do that, let's press X here and we'll show you edit overlays, and then while we're not on the left hand side of the screen, we're on the right hand side. If you press X again, this is where your stickers and your text come on. Look, so basically the stickers, as I was saying, there's my custom gamer pick available to me as a sticker, which is pretty cool. You've got a lollipop, you've got all sorts. Most of it I wouldn't use, but guess what? Sharefactory logo, yep, we'll have that. And there's another one down here somewhere there, but I prefer the other one. So, oh, and actually we'll add this in a bit as well. Bosh, look at that. Transform, use the right joystick. Cool, isn't it? Now this is the cool bit. Left one, right one. You can increase, decrease the size of these stickers. Also you do the same with text and so on. So we'll just leave that there for the minute. Press X, press circle, and we're good to go. Now I'm not sure what I want to do. Well, I do and I don't. So I'm not sure if I want to keep. Well, I don't want to keep God of War, obviously. So we're gonna edit the text for that. Literally going to edit text. I'm just going to keep the G for now. So I'm just going to delete all of the letters. Because I'm not sure if I want to use that typeface at the minute. So we'll just come out of that, and then that's there. But what I wanted to do was make the Sharefactory logo probably prominent where the word God of War was. That might work, or I'm not sure, but it will look better, I think, if I change the colours as well for the background. So we'll just edit the Sharefactory, transform, and then basically we can move this around. We can make it a lot bigger. And what I want to do is try and center it in the middle of this screenshot really. So obviously, as I said before, square is range left, square again, range right. I think that's going to work. We obviously can make that a lot bigger. But I also want to add some text to this as well. So we'll plonk that there for the minute. press circle to come out of it. We'll go across to our text again, and I'm going to select the words the combat, because all I'm going to do is edit that text to say the word in. So double tap your left 2 to put it on caps lock and type in, and then we're going to transform that, just move it out of the way for the minute, because basically I want it to say creating cool thumbnails for YouTube in Sharefactory. And again, we've got colours and things that we can completely change, so we'll just plonk that out of the way for the minute. So I've also brought in another Sharefactory sticker, because the white one bottom right, I prefer that to the blue and white one. Both will fit, but what I've decided is definitely that G's got to go. So we'll select that on the left hand side. It's literally a case of using your left joystick and you go right over to here, left over to there. It's the easiest way to do it, it's not too fiddly. And then I use the D-pad to go up and down the options here, the selections rather. So there's my G, so we press X to confirm, square, and then basically we can delete that G. Now I've decided I don't really want to use it, and then we confirm, and it's gone. And obviously you can add text, delete text, and edit text to your heart's content, changing the fonts, the colours, the effects if you want to use effects. I think I've decided on this screenshot that we'll have the picture, because my design really is always standard. There's a picture on the left and then there's text going across it or to the right as well. But I don't think having the big text like the God of War that I had, I don't think that would work, because I could have said God of War and changed that to Sharefactory. But obviously we've got the logos, which we should use really if we can, and we can in this. The one thing that does surprise me in Sharefactory is that when it comes to the stickers, there aren't any PlayStation stickers or PS4 stickers, which I find surprising, but we'll have to do without, I guess. But it would have been nice to have the text reading on this thumbnail, creating cool thumbnails for YouTube using your PS4 and then using a PS4 sticker in Sharefactory. But it doesn't really matter, we can get around that. So we'll take the word in, which is up here somewhere, press square to transform. So if you want to move your text, always press X on transform, then use your right joystick to put it where you like. Now I've decided obviously we're going to create most of the text on the right hand side here, so we'll try and center that underneath the word for YouTube. Now in this instance, if you press square, it's going to go bang bang bang, but that's no good, is it? So we're using the right joystick to center it ourselves, and we can always move it around afterwards anyway if it's not where we want it. So press X on there for now, and then press circle to come out of there, and then it's a choice between those two Sharefactory logos. Like I say, we can play with it, so we can take that one and press square, which is basically edit, X to transform, and move it out of the way for a minute. Press X to position it and circle to come out of there, and then go down to t'other one. Oh, it's up there, sorry. And then press square, transform, and then I do like that white one, but it's not really big enough, is it? It's not big enough. It really isn't, because it's like, look at all the space I've got underneath it. But yeah, I do prefer that one, I must admit. But yeah, it doesn't look like that's going to work out for this thumbnail. So we'll just leave that there for the minute. We'll go back to our original one. So it's X again, and then square to bring up the menu, and then X to transform, which then allows you to use the right joystick to move the text or sticker wherever you like. I think that could be a bit bigger, so I'm just holding right one and then positioning it with the D-pad, so I get it's pretty much centered again underneath the word in, but if you look left to right, it's pretty much centered as far as space from the end of the right hand side of the thumbnail and the space that we've got after the picture ends. So it's pretty much using that red border. I can visually see that that's pretty much centered. So press X to confirm, and then circle, and then it's creating cool thumbnails for YouTube in Sharefactory. It's pretty much self-explanatory, isn't it? Now there are many things that you can do with your screenshots. One of the cool things, obviously, we're still in the edit overlays section, by the way, so to come out of that you press circle. Now you're back into the main menu, and if you press circle again you're going to quit the project, but don't worry because it always asks you if you want to save it. And unlike Upload Studio on Xbox One, which crashes every 10 seconds, Sharefactory never does. It has never, in the 6-7 months I've been using it, it's never crashed. But even if you think it's going to, you can always press your options button and save your project at any time, which is so cool. Because again, I don't want to beating what's the phrase? I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but on Xbox One and Upload Studio, you can't save projects. You have to get it right from start to finish, even if that takes you 7 or 8 hours. Believe it or not, I've been there. And then it crashes and you lose everything. It doesn't do that on here. Sony have this sussed. They really do. Anyway, so now we're on the main thumbnail page, not in the edit overlays. We can edit the background by pressing square. Now the cool thing is you can actually add a picture where you see the blue color. You could put another picture there underneath the main picture that's on the left, but we won't do that for now. We'll choose a color. Now I don't really know. I'll tell you what's a good idea. So we'll press circle to cancel out of that. I always go by, you see the colour of this is obviously from the God of War thumbnail that I designed. The colour that I chose was chosen specifically because of the main colours that are in the screenshot, which is predominantly blue. And I always try and match the predominant colour in the screenshot to the colour of the thumbnail. It works for me. You can do obviously anything you like. But that's how I kind of go. Now I've got no idea what screenshot that I've got in my library to use, so we'll have a look. Now you've got your standard ones obviously, but they're no good to me. Now these are some of the screenshots I've been taking in God of War, one of the best games I've ever played. I'm not late to the party, I just for some reason stopped playing it in October last year. I think it was because Red Dead Redemption 2 came out. So I started playing that instead for the next 2 to 3 months. But I've got like lots and lots of and I suppose a good idea would be maybe to use one of my thumbnails, but I don't think that would fit in that box because it's portrait and the thumbnails are landscape, and it would be confusing to see more text and stuff. So it's choosing the screenshot, but this is where it's so cool. You can choose obviously any screenshot that you've taken in any game. That's kind of funny, sort of. That's not a bad one actually, because when you're thinking about screenshots, taking pictures and so on, that's not a bad idea. So yeah, let's go with that for a minute. Why not? Now you can edit the photo, which is really cool. So I pressed X to confirm, and then you've got pan and zoom, which is a really cool tool. So you press X on that and you zoom the picture with the left joystick, but if you look down below it does tell you with the right joystick you can move that image. Look at that, have some of that, get in. So we'll move him, see what I mean? Look, you can get it where you want it, it's so good. I reckon we could make that smaller a little bit and then go up a bit more. Perfect. X to confirm. It's an idea, isn't it? So I mean, it would make more sense if I added the text screenshots in here somewhere, creating cool thumbnails with your screenshots for YouTube in Sharefactory. But it kind of makes sense. I might have a better screenshot, but off the top of my head I can't think of one. I've got so many. We won't talk about that one. Anyway, going down, look at all the games I've taken screenshots in. Generation 0, meh. Outward, oh dear, that wasn't so cool. No. We'll find one. Oh, hello, Division 2. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Swedish meatballs, why not? Not really relevant though, is it, for this, what we're doing? Now, obviously, this video's edited, again, in Sharefactory, obviously, because even I can't talk for half an hour, believe it or not. Anyway, yeah, so while you've been gone, yeah, we've changed the picture, because I wasn't, it just wasn't, was it? No, but Spider-Man, can't go wrong. And he's given, you know, the two-fingered salute, or whatever that thing he does with his, anyway, yeah. Creating cool thumbnails for YouTube in Sharefactory. I've also added a sticker at the bottom which just says subscribe. I kind of like the way that looks. Now I'm one of those people that doesn't like to say like, follow. So I can't stand all that. It pisses me off. I really can't stand it. Oh, follow me. Don't follow me. I've got no idea where I'm going. I really haven't. I just create stuff. But anyway, yeah, so we've also got hashtag the legit creators, which is the group I'm part of. You know, great creators from Xbox, PC and PlayStation. And we have a group YouTube channel as well. This video will be on there as well. So we're kind of getting there, aren't we? Looking at that. Now I've got a choice here because we'll do it anyway. So we're in edit overlay, so we don't need to be in that anymore for the minute. So we can come out of there. And we shall edit the background, choose a colour. Now I'm kind of thinking I want the background red, sort of Spider-Man red, but I also like the blue of his suit as well, which would help with the text, maybe. But we'll go with the red for the minute. So looking at it, I think the best reds are over here. And as you can see the picture, the colour changing, which is so cool because, you know, look at the choices you've got. There are so thousands probably. Getting there. So we go full on red for the minute, but then we can brighten that, as you see. We can change that, or we can go the other. Actually, that's probably a darker red for the minute, which is and then we go, all I'm doing is using the left joystick to go from hue, saturation to brightness. And again, using the left joystick, left and right, you can use the D-pad as well. I'm pressing right on the D-pad right now. So I'm trying to make that bright red to go with Spidey. Now obviously I'm seeing it on my 55-inch 4K Sony Bravia TV. Colours vary from TV to YouTube channel to mobile phones. So I'm not sure what you're seeing, but I'm seeing a nice vibrant bright red. Which I'm trying to match to the Spider-Man red. It's not too difficult, it's just a case of being a bit finicky with it and pressing left and right on the D-pad and looking away sometimes and looking back. That's not far off. That's not far off at all. It's a bit orangey though, isn't it? I know. Let's play with that a little bit. No, that's going too much the other way. Actually, let's have a look over this reds over here. I want to see what that's like. Oh, do you know what? Yep, that's the one. We'll start with that side. I was at the wrong side, and then we can knock it back a bit. Yeah. I think that's. We'll go with that for the minute. X to confirm. And now you've got. And the best way, use the left joystick to go over to the left where it says one frame. Then you can see your screenshot, and obviously the word for YouTube, that has to change colour for sure. So you can see you've got the 3-window or 3-frame effect in effect as it is. So creating cool thumbnails for YouTube in Sharefactory. Subscribe if you like. You don't have to. But yeah, creating cool thumbnails for YouTube in Sharefactory. I'm still umming and ahhing over this. So I'm going to have a little play with it. Come back to me in about 5 minutes. Well, not 5 minutes, but, you know, in 2 ticks by the power of magic video Sharefactory. Anyway. So I've decided I didn't want the word subscribe too big because I'm not about that life. So using the D-pad, all I'm doing is trying to make the word subscribe the same kind of size as the text as the legit creators by placing it on top of it, which is about there. And then now I know it's the correct size, I can just, with the right joystick, without going up or down, move it over to this. So basically it'll be in line, if you know what I mean. If you could draw a line underneath the words the legit creators and subscribe, it would match, it would line up. That's the idea for me anyway. So that's about centered in that black slot as well, which is, I use the right D-pad just to put it, it's hard to tell, isn't it? But I mean, yeah, it looks good to me about there. So I'm going to press X to confirm and circle, and then, as I said before, use the left joystick, come away from you, and then you can see it as it is. Creating cool thumbnails for YouTube in Sharefactory. Subscribe if you want to, but you don't have to. Anyway, so as you can see, I'm quite happy with the end result. We've created something from something. Don't forget, this had it was the God of War template, well, not God of War template, but my thumbnail design template for the God of War video, which was the last video that I made, last voiceover video. And I created that thumbnail obviously in Sharefactory. So don't forget, this had a blue background, it had the words God of War, and we've literally changed that completely to something that's pretty cool. I like it. So the main colours we've got going on are red, white and black. Little bit of blue. Obviously blue is in Spidey's outfit, but Sharefactory, I can't do anything about that anyway. I don't like that blue in the Sharefactory logo, but it is what it is. I still think it would look better if it was a black and white logo like that, as opposed to that light blue. Yeah, I don't like it. Anyway, it is what it is, and it works. It actually works. Now I'm going to show you how to bring that quite easily if you don't know already, and this video is for people that are just starting out or want to create videos and don't own PCs, laptops and all the things that they say you need to create screenshots, thumbnails, videos for YouTube. You don't. You need a games console. You need a PlayStation 4. That's all you need. PS4, PS4 Pro and the PS5 when it comes out. That's all you need, because it's got Sharefactory, and Sharefactory is a wonderful editing tool, as I said, not just for videos but for your custom YouTube thumbnails as well. So to add that project, well, not project screenshot, but it's a project at the moment, so we go back into the project because I forgot to do it when I was talking about doing it. This is important, obviously. You're in your project, your custom thumbnail project in Sharefactory. It's very important that you press triangle, save. That's now rendering that screenshot as an image. If you don't do that, it's not a screenshot that you can use. So it says your photo has now been saved to your capture gallery. Don't share it if you don't. I don't need to share it. I'm going to share it later. So now that's done. So now we can back out of that project and press circle, save project and exit. Don't need to, but we might as well. And it's as simple as we press circle to come out of there. Now we go to, this is what I was talking about, you've got videos, and people, I don't know why people don't notice that photos section. You can actually, this is what we're doing it all in. So we go to videos. Now believe it or not, the video that you're watching hasn't been made yet. That's weird, isn't it? But it's a project that's here and I'm going to finish it in time so you can watch it, although you already watch anyway. So we're at the start of the video. Look, we've got the video in progress there. So we go to the very start of the project, the video project. We're not in the screenshot editor now. We're going to press X, and because we pressed triangle just a minute ago to save that capture, we go to add screenshot. Believe it or not, there it is down here. Look, there's all my other screenshots, but there's the one we just created. So we press X on that, and then we press square to add it. Boom, there's your screenshot. Look. Anyway, so yeah, there's a screenshot. Now for your video, don't forget to press the options button and say generate thumbnail and press X. That then is your project thumbnail, but that's important because when you upload your video to YouTube, because we've just done generate thumbnail, YouTube knows that that's your custom thumbnail. So again, this is quite important if you're creating custom thumbnails to add to your videos. Now, as you know, I've just added that custom thumbnail to this video project, and we've generated a thumbnail. That's important because that does tell YouTube that's the thumbnail to use. So if you see, I'll press circle, save project and exit, but look, it knows that that's the thumbnail. YouTube also knows that's the thumbnail. So when you upload from Sharefactory to YouTube, it will keep that as the thumbnail. You know, YouTube generates like 3 random ones and it always picks the one you don't want. It won't do that if you do this. Also, you can go onto the PlayStation app on your mobile phone and copy that. If you share that screenshot, go back into your photo project and press triangle and share it just to your activity feed on PlayStation. You can then go on your mobile phone with the PlayStation app and copy that image, that custom thumbnail that you've made, to your phone. You can then log into the desktop version on your mobile of your YouTube account. You can go to the video that you've uploaded, which it already has a thumbnail, but it's not a high-res thumbnail as such, but the one you've copied to your phone is. So you can then go to the desktop version of your YouTube, come out of that a minute. You can then go to the desktop version of your YouTube account and go to Video Manager, select the video, the project that you've just uploaded, and add that custom thumbnail via your mobile phone, the desktop version of YouTube, to the video. And that is a high-res custom thumbnail that's then there forever. Even though you've already got one, it is a better looking and a higher res thumbnail from your mobile phone, believe it or not. So yeah, that's Sharefactory in a nutshell, making a video, but more importantly, obviously, creating a custom thumbnail. And you can go to town. Like I say, these are the ones that I've created recently. I didn't always have that design. I started off doing these ones for Red Dead Redemption 2. I made quite a few videos on that, and I stuck with that design because obviously the typeface worked. It is the Rockstar typeface, and I played around with things, and I still will, because at the end of the day, that one we've just created is very different from those, but it works, and it is what it is. It says creating cool thumbnails for YouTube in Sharefactory. Now, I hope this has been of help to you. Any questions, any comments, let me know, and I'll try and I will make some more videos to do with Sharefactory. And if you've got any ideas about videos or help or tips that you want to know about creating anything within Sharefactory, give us a shout on PlayStation, SweetBolin. Obviously, you're on my YouTube channel watching this video anyway, so it's SweetBolin on YouTube. And let me know what you think, and I hope it's been of help. As I said, thanks for watching. Be good to one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio, toodle pip.
Oh, that's a great idea. I'll make sure of it.